Hi, welcome back to the Policy Project brought to you by Policybazaar.ae. I'm your host, Jagu. And today, we're going to look at the story of Shrishti Dixit. Now, Shrishti, she's a 25-year-old girl. She's always been fascinated by the grandeur of Dubai. Now, her dream of living in the UAE, in this lavish city of Dubai, finally came true when she landed a job as a receptionist in a five-star hotel. The thing is, the reality of Dubai's high living costs quickly dawned on her. This happens to all of us. Her salary was barely enough to cover her rent, groceries, and transportation after she was indulging in the city's posh lifestyle. Now, Shrishti's living conditions were far from luxurious. She shared a small apartment with three other girls who worked similar jobs. She missed the warmth and comfort of her family back in India, but because of her poor financial planning, she could not even afford to travel back to visit them. So she often felt lonely and disconnected in the new city. She struggled to keep up with her colleagues and the high-flying expat community around her. She would often hear them talk about their fancy restaurants, weekend trips, luxury purchases, leaving her feeling left out and unworthy. Now, despite her efforts to cut back on expenses, she felt like she was drowning in debt. She felt hopeless. She longed to escape her financial struggles and return to her family. But the reality was far from her dreams. So, Shrishti decided to get a credit card to finance her lavish lifestyle. Now, the idea seemed great at the time. A lot of her friends had done the same thing and they all talked about how great their credit cards were. And Shrishti had also heard that a credit card could greatly improve her credit score. So she went ahead and got one. But she made the mistake of not doing her research and ended up with a credit card that was not suitable for her needs. Shrishti started using her card to pay for her rent, her groceries, her entertainment, going out. She was completely enjoying her new lifestyle until the bills started mounting up. She was simply unable to keep up with her payments and she soon found herself in a vicious cycle of debt. Her credit score was affected and she was constantly worrying about how she would pay off her debts. She was now in a worse position than before. And on today's show, we're going to take up her case. We're going to use Shrishti as a case study to figure out where things went wrong and how things can be improved. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Policy Project by Policybazaar.ae. Now today, we're going to look at a topic that's super important and is no doubt relevant to a lot of you. We're going to talk about the importance of choosing the right credit card. And to discuss this, we have Tina Malhotra with us. Now, Tina is the business head of Partnerships and Acquisitions Financial Services, which includes credit cards and banking at Policybazaar.ae. She comes with rich experience of working in the UAE as well as India, in media, in finance, in private offices, in a lot of that. And of course, now she's been taking care of things at Policybazaar.ae. Tina, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks for the introduction, Jadu. Pleasure connecting with you.
Now, tell us, Tina, we've seen this situation before, right? Some of us have even been in this situation. You get a credit card bill and then you have to hold your chest a little bit. Heart attack happens. What do you think went wrong in this particular situation, in Shrishti's case?
In her case specifically, which, I can gauge as the overall situation is, she didn't do her financial planning. She should have done her monthly financial planning and, assessed her budgets in terms of what is her kind of salary, what is the kind of expenses she needs to incur. And she would have categorized her expenses as well, suiting her lifestyle and requirements. Now she started spending above her means, which is obviously above her salary. And, that actually clogged her expenses, whether it was a lifestyle expense or whether it was a utility expense or any kind of expense. Plus, secondly, she couldn't afford making the entire outstanding payments on time. Yes. So hence she started making the minimum payments on a monthly basis. And thereafter, because of that, she didn't realize her interest rates on the credit card, because when you make the minimum payment, you clog up interest rates as well. So I don't think so she would have read the terms and conditions very well while, applying for the credit card. And eventually the overall outstanding, which was there, started impacting her credit bureau score. So in that case, she was basically, just piling up on her outstandings. She was succumbing to the kind of expenses she was doing. And overall, her bureau history was getting impacted. So this is the kind of situation she is in.
So, you've laid it out perfectly. And literally, when you've laid it out step by step, I'm seeing almost a domino effect.
Yeah.
Now, what are we to take away from this? What are the lessons that we ought to learn in this kind of situation? It can't just be interest rates of credit cards are very high. I mean, there's clearly more learning to be had here.
Absolutely. So, consumers need to understand that a credit card is a means of ease of payment and convenience. So it is very imperative for a consumer to plan their finances. So here, like I mentioned in my previous response, financial planning is a must. And not spending above your means is again very imperative. So it's important to understand your budgets, monthly spends, your monthly salaries, and accordingly choose the right credit card that will suit your requirements and daily needs as well. So that is very important as a part of your lifestyle.
You hit the nail on the head when you said right credit card. A credit card is, well, of course, it's a convenience, and sometimes you simply can't do without it.
Correct.
Lesser and lesser people are transacting in cash. But it's also an element of financial planning, right? And we tend to ignore it. We tend to look at income and then look at financial planning, how to save, how to do this, how to do that. But the expenses is something that's equally important. And a credit card is a large part of that. So how do you even choose the right credit card?
So here, a credit card choosing is an individual base. So, it is completely dependent on the kind of features and benefits that's suiting their lifestyle and daily requirements also. So if you were to look at the pool of credit cards, features and benefits, which all the banks offer in the UAE, they come up with the fantastic offers, rewards, loyalty points, air miles. So that can be classified into various different buckets. So I would just give you a little brief in terms of, what are these features and benefits and how do you choose these features and benefits?
Absolutely.
So first bucket obviously is a cashback credit card, which is the most important credit card, which everybody looks at in today's scenario. So everybody is looking at cashback, earning points, miles on every purchase they are doing. So, a cashback is a means of, a bank pays you a percentage of what you spend, which is called a cashback, or they give you reward points instead of a pure play cashback. So besides that, there are rewards credit cards as well. So a reward credit card, you can earn cashback points or miles on every purchase. So that is classified as a reward credit card. And you can redeem these rewards in the form of for example, if you need a travel credit card, then you can redeem these rewards in the form of travel bookings. You can redeem these rewards in terms of the statement credits on a monthly basis, which is a cashback comes to your statements.
Sure.
And on entire shopping credits as well.
Fair.
So many cashback and reward credit cards don't charge an annual fee, which is like a free for life credit card.
I don't want to pay those annual fees.
Most of the consumers in today's. Absolutely. Absolutely. So banks obviously give you options of waiving off the annual fee completely for the entire life, or they give you an option of first, annual fee waiver in the first year, and then basis your spend levels, they start waiving off from the second year as well.
Got it.
And these kind of credit cards offer you entertainment and dining discounts as well.
Yes.
So entertainment can be further classified into, whether you're looking at movie tickets, entertainment benefits, availing on amusement parks, and dining discounts, of course, ordering through your e-commerce platforms or in dining restaurants as well. So the third bucket, which is obviously, related to travel, is the Air Miles credit card. So travel credit cards offer reward points when making travel and dining purchases. The extra reward points you earn from either a general or a hotel or an airline credit card can accumulate quickly and can be used towards your plane tickets, hotel rooms, all sorts of bookings which you do for your accommodations in hotels. And plus, these travel cards give you access to your lounges as well worldwide and the airport transfers.
Fair enough.
So these are the key buckets wherein, the customer should look at, suiting their lifestyle, what kind of credit card they can, avail from these buckets, and, they can avail these offers and benefits as well.
So Tina, just to paraphrase, you said the three buckets that we're looking at are cashback, we're looking at rewards points, we're looking also at air miles. Aside from that, there's the discounts that each credit card or each bank will sort of have based on their tie-ups. Now, you've consolidated this for us, but I'll tell you this. When I was talking to you about this, the first thing that came to my mind that I'm driving down Sheikh Zayed Road. Doesn't matter which emirate I'm in, I will see ads for a credit card. So-and-so cashback, so-and-so rewards, so-and-so best rewards program. And then it registers, and then I see another ad. When the time actually comes for me to look for another credit card or a brand new credit card, depending on how long I've been in the UAE, now I'm stuck. Where do I get this consolidated information? Because even with banks, the offers keep changing, right? Not only do I want consolidation, I also want updation. Where do I go for this?
So I would obviously like to tell my consumers and partners that they should look at Policybazaar.ae, which is a complete marketplace for comparison of credit cards or any other financial or banking products. So herein we've created a marketplace platform for comparing from a comprehensive list of banks that offer a pool of features and benefits with the latest offers. So these offers get updated on a timely basis according to the bank and according to the card as well. And, the biggest advantage is that, we offer expert advice in terms of choosing the right kind of credit card as per their salary, as per their requirement, as per their overall lifestyle as well. So herein the customer can choose the right credit card basis the features and benefits, annual fee, interest charges, and of course the salary as well. So our experts guide the customers in choosing the card. And, in fact, they assist the customer on how to apply for the card at every step through the bank's digital journeys. So today, every bank has gone digital 100%, wherein, you can upload your KYC, which is your Emirates ID, your passport, visa, and your employment details. So here we give you expert advice in terms of applying for the credit card through that digital journey application. So it's a complete marketplace of comparison of credit cards, giving you complete details of features and benefits, interest, annual fee, what kind of latest offers are there, what kind of cashback or rewards you're earning, plus assisting them in terms of applying for the card for that particular bank as well. So that, the customer gets to know.
The huge advantage here is that, sure, I'm on your website, I'm on the Policybazaar.ae website, I'm looking at a whole bunch of comparisons, but sometimes I might not know what's best for me, or I might have a question, or I might need to weigh one offer versus another offer. I think the advantage that we're talking about here is that I can actually talk to someone and discuss that with.
Absolutely. So it's a complete expert advice to the customer basis his needs, lifestyle requirements, the kind of salary the customer is earning, the kind of company the customer is working with, so on and so forth.
I want to come back to whose situation we've been discussing.
Sure.
Assuming she had this kind of information, how do you think this would have helped her? Because if we're using her as a case study, how would this have solved her problem?
So, if she would have obviously looked at Policy Bazaar or an expert advice as well, and if she would have chosen the right credit card in that scenario, then she would have paid lesser interest on a monthly basis, would have received by far more benefits like loyalty points, rewards, or cashback of that particular card, and eventually would have made her timely outstanding payments as well, on or before the due date. And she would have reduced her outstanding balance and the credit card limit utilization as well, which she actually mounted in this scenario. And this overall thing would have helped her improvise her credit bureau score. So which is the most important thing in terms of assessing your credit history.
Absolutely. Now, let me flip this question around, okay? She's already now in this situation. She did not have the benefit of hindsight or the information that a Policy Bazaar would have been able to provide her. Given that Shrishti is now in this situation, is it resolvable? can Policy Bazaar advise her, help her in how do we get out of this mess? Maybe another credit card, maybe some sort of debt reorganization with the bank that she's transacting with. Is that even possible in her case?
So yeah, that is quite possible in that case that, we can give her expert advice. The biggest thing what she needs to do is she needs to connect with her existing bank financial advisor and explain her complete situation. And, the financial advisor in turn help her create a plan to pay off her debt or provide guidance in terms of how to avoid falling into similar situation in the future.
Good.
So all that can happen. She has to reach out to the bank. And if she's applied for the credit card through us, then possibly we can also give her an expert advice and connect with the bank as well.
And can I assume that that very important credit score of hers could eventually improve if she had the right advice and basically followed through with discipline?
Absolutely. So if she had the right advice and discipline, then, and if she would have made the timely payments, like I mentioned before as well, on or before the due date, and, if there was no delinquency is basically, she wouldn't have defaulted on any payments, or if she wouldn't have missed on any payments, that definitely would have improvised her credit score in a big way.
Absolutely. Good to know. Tina, thank you so much for all that insight. So thank you very much for that.
Sure. Thanks for your time, Jagu. Pleasure connecting with you.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Policy Project, where we've highlighted the importance of financial planning and choosing the right credit card. We're hoping that our discussion with Tina has helped you gain insights of some value about how choosing the right credit card can save you a world of trouble. So the next time you're choosing a credit card, remember to compare all the offers on Policybazaar.ae and get expert advice. Now, in our conversation, there were some key takeaways, and just so that it registers again, we're going to go over them. 1, choosing the right credit card is super important. It could make all the difference to your savings, to your credit score, and your future prospects. The other thing is, it's important to remember to spend within your means. A credit card can make buying things you love very, very easy, but unchecked spending could have a long-lasting impact. Choosing the right credit card can be tough due to all the various offers out there, and they keep changing, right? New ones keep coming. So, comparing credit cards on Policybazaar.ae and getting the right one based on your needs could help you actually reduce your expenses. Policybazaar also has experts that can guide you through the process and help you apply for the right credit card. And remember, if you're struggling with credit card bills, all hope is not lost. You can connect with your bank or an expert who will help you manage your situation. And that about wraps it up for this episode of the Policy Project. I'm Jagu, and we'll be back with a lot more on finance and insurance in our forthcoming episodes. So remember to follow us and get notified about future episodes on your favorite podcast platform.